Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is like, second video I'm making. I am going to put up some videos on my chronicling my graduate studies. The first week I did some sort of like how I liked the class in the first week kind of thing. But today I really want to put this video up because, see, I've been, like I said, I'm interested in personality disorders and things like that. But particularly if you are in the evangelical Christian community, or even if you identify as Catholic, I think you might find this interesting. I certainly did, because I recently read a book called Snakes and Suits, and it's written by Robert Hare, and he is a psychologist that studied psychopaths, and came up with, he actually has a checklist. It's like PLR, I forget the exact name. I can put it in the description below. I don't want to misquote, but it's basically 20 questions. I think I mentioned that in my last video also. Anyway, so I started thinking, well, if they're in corporate world, where else might they be? And if you're a Christian and you are familiar at all with scripture, it talks about the wolf in sheep's clothing. And if I had to describe a psychopath or sociopath, I would definitely describe that. The psychopath more than sociopaths tend to be a little more angry, outwardly angry, impulsive, not as controlled. Psychopaths are super controlled until they're, kind of having a moment and going crazy, but it doesn't happen that often. And I thought, well, gosh, so I started Googling it, and I'm going to put some results, article results down below. This is like a thing, okay? So there's different results that I found were some pretty popular Christian bloggers, some not as well-known, but still the information kind of all followed a pattern, and it all kind of confirmed from multiple sources that a lot of times if you have a split in a church, big controversy, brouhaha, that's probably a psychopath involved. Apparently, there's an article out there that apparently there's like top 10 career paths for psychopaths. And this is what's really scary. Apparently, like a minister or a pastor is one of them. There's a documentary there's an Irish pastor in the United States. And they did a documentary about him. It's either on Netflix or I'm pretty sure you can rent it off of YouTube for sure. I'm going to put a link. And this guy was, you've heard the stories about the Catholic clergy, sexual molestation and the cover-ups. But these people are so slick that to call them out, even though it's the right thing to do, to call them out, the institution a lot of times will protect them. And it's not just the Catholic Church. This happens in multiple disciplines, even in some evangelical communities. And I found I will probably do an expanded, this is like a really quick video, and I'll probably do an expanded video later on this, but it's definitely worth checking out and getting information on and educating yourself, because none of us really sit here and think, oh, that person's a psychopath. You do when you're being like flippant, right? Sarcastic. If you're like me, you never thought that you knew an actual psychopath, because they were probably either murdering people or already in jail. But think about like BTK killer. I don't know if he qualifies as a sociopath or a psychopath, but either way, he was going to church. And so there are some people that they're going to church weekly basis, and they are the most manipulative, conning, just flim-flamming con man you'll ever. It's really pathetic. So even though a lot of us know that scripture, if you go to church, the be careful of the wolf in sheep's clothing, or it's actually a quote from Jesus saying, I'm sending you out as sheep among wolves. But anyway, there's different characteristics, and there's different ways that it's phrased, but it is a real thing. And it's kind of scary that these people are walking, they're not just in the corporate world and in your, possibly in your cubicle next to you, or the office, you know, the CEO's office at your business. They are quite possibly, probably, in churches, and you've probably been around one and maybe didn't know it, or maybe you did know it because they were just so like syrupy, fake, flattery, because you got to get something. There's always an angle, and so you might have known it. And here's the thing: if you have come across someone like that and they become really kind of, they're successful, it's quite possible that they are a psychopath. But you would actually, the best way to know, if you know someone personally and you really kind of know this person, just from meeting someone a couple times, you're probably not going to know. But if there's someone you have in mind and you're not sure, and but you've known them for a long time, you can go check out Robert Hare's 20 Traits of Psychopathy, because he's kind of like one of the experts. Anyway, so I'm going to put some links up, and then I would probably in the future, this is kind of scary to me. It's kind of grossing me out. And so I think it's important to put this information out there. So I'm going to put up a longer video in the future. But hey, it's a new channel, so please subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. Like I said, I'm just starting out, but I'm hoping to put out weekly videos on different topics: mental health, healing, how to get mental healing, trauma. I am currently, in my graduate studies, I'm currently taking a class on trauma and crisis counseling, so I'll probably be putting some stuff up about that in some of my next videos. But thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a great day.